Many of you work with large data sets in Microsoft Excel, and sometimes you're given the unlucky task of having to add data to one of those data sets. So you'll notice maybe you need to add a new record to a group of data like this, a new SPICE with some new numbers. Entering that data can be kind of tedious if you just have it in a table form. There is a way, though, that you can create a data entry form that you can use for any data set. This form will quickly allow you to enter in all of the information related to one record without having to scroll around. It's called the data input form feature. So let's take a look at how you would add that to your toolbar. So I'm going to add that to my home tab up here on my ribbon, and notice I'm going to add it down here on the end. In order to do that, I need to be able to customize the ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, and then I'm going to come down to Options. From here, I'm going to go into Customize the ribbon. Now, once I'm in Customize the ribbon, it's going to show me a list of commands on the left, and then I'm going to see what's happening on my ribbons over on the right. Now, Microsoft gives you a list of what they consider to be popular commands up here. We're going to click on this down arrow at the end of popular commands, and we're going to go to All Commands. We're going to drop down and move into All Commands. This is a nice little place to know about. This is an alphabetical listing of all of the commands in Excel. Now I'm going to click in here and I'm going to press F, and that will take me down to F because what we're looking for is a command called form. So it'll keep me from scrolling it a little bit. Here's that form command. Before I actually add the command onto my ribbon, what I want to do is create a separate group for that command to live in. So over on my Home tab, I'm going to click here on my Home tab, and I'm going to create a new group. And I'm going to rename that group Form. And click OK. Now that I've got a group created, I'm going to add the button named form. So I'm going to just click on the button and click Add, and you'll notice now I've got a group named form and I've got one button in that group. Once I'm done, all I have to do is click OK. And this is when this will make your life so much easier. So instead of having to tab across and insert, all I need to do to activate this form is click on the title row of my data set and click on my form button. And you'll notice it creates a form that is going to show, it's not only going to show the data, but it's going to allow me to enter in new data. So you'll notice I'm on the first record here. I can use the little scroll buttons to scroll through my data and see what's happening with each one of these. Or I can scroll all the way to the bottom and add in new data. So let's say the new product I forgot to add in on this list was sea salt. And maybe we're selling sea salt in the West. And our 2009 sales were 25,000. And our 2010 sales were 30,000. And I just click, and I can then just go new. I could add another new record at this point. I'm going to close. And if you'll notice when I scroll down to the bottom, there's my sea salt. I've added sea salt a couple of times in here, and I've added some other data, but you'll notice now I have the record that I just created down at the bottom, and you'll also notice that it added in a total over here for me. Now the cool thing about this form button is it will work with any data set. So if I go to a different tab, I'm going to go here to conditional formatting. Maybe I'm going to enter in some different products. I click in my title row, I click on my form button, and now my form feature is working with the data set that I'm looking at here. So you'll notice I could add a new product, I could scroll, I could enter in the quarterly figures here. I'm going to close out of this one. And I could also again go into maybe my product sales. I could click in here. Now we're looking at employees. I click on the form button, and you'll notice now I'm entering in information or viewing information by rep. This very versatile button is easy to use. It's called the Data Input Form feature, and it's a really handy feature for Excel.